worries, but that's stressful. I need a play date. Daddy, daughter day. Sit back, watch that girl. All right, welcome to the All You Can podcast, the podcast that celebrates those doing all they can in today's life. And today we have a special guest, young Mazy. What's going on, girl?
Nothing.
Nothing. What you up to?
Nothing.
Nothing. So who you got with us? You got a guest with us today. Who's this?
My dad.
Your dad. I know him as Coach or BC. What's up, B?
Hey man, what's going on? How you doing?
Welcome to the podcast, man. You want to introduce yourself for the folks?
Hey man, that's your boy BC. Back at it again. My daughter then brought me out of retirement, but those who are really into this music thing, you never really retire. So I'm back off hiatus, grooming my young princess right here. So we're here now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's crazy. I met you through music years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. It was a while ago. But nonetheless, working together now back out in the field, doing some things together in different schools, absolutely. I learned that Maze does music now.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. So, Maze, what made you start rapping or just being an artist?
My dad and Lele, because they inspired me at rapping, because once I heard they start rapping, I felt like that I can start rapping.
Now is it something you enjoy doing? Yeah, why do you enjoy it?
Because it's something that to keep me occupied, and I like rapping.
That's right. That's right. What do you like about it? Is it the feeling? Is it that you get to express yourself? Like, what about making music do you like?
Because it's a gift that I can express myself, and I can share my feelings with them.
Okay. Now, B, at what age did you know Maze had something with her?
I think she was like 5, going on 6. Like, she was watching Lele, that girl Lele. Shout out to that girl Lele. She definitely changed a lot of lives. I came home and she knew every song, every word. She listened to it that much that the show would come on and she would just repeat it verbatim.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, if you can learn that, you can learn your own music.
Did you feel that energy, like she had it as you heard her repeat the lyrics? She said,
Yeah. And then I caught her listening to my music. And she got in the car and told her mom, I forget where we were going. She was like, put on Daddy's song. Who am I? And I'm like, that's a little past shit, but
Surprised though, right?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, that's like 10 years old.
How does that make you feel, like when you're like coming in the house and your kids are listening like to you?
At first it made me feel like I had missed something, like I should have put everything up. First and foremost, I stopped for a while because I believed that our community was suffering, and a lot of the music that I was doing was actually promoting violence, and a lot of the music that I record still promotes it. And I didn't see, it's hard to be a hypocrite. I didn't want to be that hypocrite to preach to these children to stay out of the limelight and stay off of the streets, and then when they pop my song in, it's telling them to stay in the streets. Right. And I fought those demons for a while, and I came to the realization that what I'm telling you about my past is my past. It's my experience. It's who I made. It's who made me. It's what made me who I am. And through what you see me do now, you that's your choice that you have to make in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maze, pancakes or cereal? Pancakes or cereal?
Cereal.
Why?
Because I like cereal.
I like cereal too. Pancakes, they make me just tired.
Yeah, because whenever my dad comes in for work, I'm up and I tell him, Dad, can you give me some Fruity Pebbles?
Now, let me ask you this, Maze. Are you ready for like the limelight? Are you ready for the attention that making music gives you?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you want to always make positive music, or do you just record as it comes and whatever you feel?
I want to make positive music.
I love that. And why is that?
Because I want to be positive.
Right. It's too much negativity in the world today, right? Right. No more negativity. Because, all right, so let me ask you this. Besides music, what else do you want to do professionally? Let's say you've won all the awards you can. You dropped all the albums. We're talking 30 years down the line. You got dad a house, mom that car she wanted. What is more that has inspiring ways for Mazy? What are some things, whether it's art or building or carpentry or even if it's cartoons and illustration? What's some other things that you could see yourself doing as like an older Maze?
Watching cartoons, rapping, watching Lele.
So that's gonna be in
Going.
you regardless. You always gonna be about. I love it. Plus, you're gonna be financially set, so you don't gotta worry about too much. When you're not recording, you sleep on your tour bus and you watch your cartoons. What's your favorite cartoon?
Lele.
We were just talking about that.
Hey, man.
We were just talking about that.
And we're listening to her music right when we get in the car.
What about Lele you like?
Hmm?
What about her music do you like?
I like her music.
What about it though? What about it inspires you? When you hear her music, what things do you hear and you're like, I like that?
I like how she's rapping, and I like her beats. I like how she has her friends in the videos, and
It means a lot then, right? To look out for your friends, take care of friends. Now let me ask you a serious question. How do you feel when friends are not so much of friends and they don't take care of each other? You don't think it feels good, what did you? I know you probably haven't gone through that, and God forbid, I pray you never have to go through that. But adults can be icky, I'll tell you that. When you get older, the people, that's neither here nor there. You'll never have to experience that. But let me ask you this: besides music, a birdie told me you like to act. You got maybe some acting down the line coming. How do you feel about that?
good.
Good. You think you could do a role? All right, let's do a practice. We're gonna do a drama, and you have to tell your dad that your dog died. You ready? All right, go.
Her dog.
Wait a minute.
Yes, Maze. Oh my God, she is. Are those tears? Get that girl an Academy Award right now. Someone bring this girl Academy Award. Whoever gets.
Super dope.
If you're watching,
She's ready.
hey, that was super dope, Maze. I'm telling you. I'm Miss Cece in the back can't even hold it together. I mean, that was, and I mean for on the
Did
spot.
you see her emotion that went with it? The face.
I wanted to give her $1.
I'm about to call and check on my dog. Maybe she got intuition.
Hey, Maze, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And the look in your eye, it wasn't just talk.
Yeah, it was everything.
I was scared.
I
That's pretty good, girl.
might have to call home real fast.
You might have to get her on the casting couch. You gotta get her on the casting couch.
Yeah, that was. I'm telling you, man.
Being from Philly, you've seen a lot of talent. You've seen. You've had a great experience with music and just to meet and greet a lot of people throughout your journey in life, knowing what it really takes to make it. Here's a question as a dad: what are you gonna do to keep the evil away from Maze? Because she's young, right?
So that's something that we thought about, and we really did, and you still have to think about that. The blessing of today's music is I don't necessarily need it. The thing that most major labels are doing right now is they're taking the artist's power away. They're taking away your ability to pay streaming companies to boost your revenue and income. Spotify,
Yep.
you can't use streaming companies anymore. They're taking away your revenue. So with that being said, that means that these record labels are taking away jobs, they're taking away people, so there's less of, and there's more independent.
Right.
I think that the independent market for her right now is probably where we're going to stay. We're not really
That's great.
entertaining this for a major deal.
That's great.
I'm not looking for Universal.
Yep.
And the situation has to benefit her at all costs.
Yep.
And I mean the fine print.
Absolutely.
The part of the contract, because I've been an artist and I've been around artists and I've been with so many different promoters and stuff, you can't just tell me anything.
Absolutely. We can't. And those fine lines is where a lot of
Yes.
those 360s
What's the
kick
back
in.
end
And
look like?
yeah.
There's parts that people don't pay attention to. You search for that fame so fast and so hard, that you're trying to get back 10, 15 years of being an unsigned artist
Absolutely.
on your first project.
You know who you remind me of when you say that? You sound like Jason Weaver's mom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. Jason Weaver, he played young Michael Jackson. He was Simba in the original Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
And they offered him some small amount of money to sing all the songs in the line. His mom was like, absolutely not. We'll sing them for the back end. And he said, man, this my mom ain't the smartest woman in the world. And he started going through the numbers of what the Lion King.
Yes. Yes.
He made what they offered him off of a chorus.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! So what you just said for young Maze is so important, man. For you to have that foresight is dope.
But it's platforms like this that allows us to be able to put ourselves in position.
Yeah.
It's platforms like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So shout out to the platforms like yourself, the All You Can platform. That is what really gives the independent artists their power.
Yeah.
Is to be seen. That's the most detrimental part.
Absolutely.
Is being seen with good energy.
The Maze. You know you gonna have to eat right on the road, right? How do you plan on? Because you just mentioned this is something for all the viewers. So we was having a backstage conversation about food, and you want to share with them what you told them about the McDonald's fries.
Yes. The McDonald's fries, they didn't even have no potatoes in it. They were so hard. They were dry. They just put salt and pepper.
The acting came right back in.
Shit, it went right in the.
It was hard. And my mom, she just ate it like it was regular fries. I was like, you don't taste it. All it had is little bits in it.
So when you go on YouTube next time, look up McDonald's experiment, and it might scare you. Some people buy burgers and keep them for 20 or 30 years, and they never mold, they never get old. That's a little weird, because imagine what that does to your tummy. Right? Ooh. Yeah. But, moving forward, Maze, what's your favorite song right now of yours that you recorded?
He talking to you, baby.
Don't look at your dad. Tell me.
Yeah, I know what
I want to know.
I want to know what yours is.
The Mad, I Do It, and Beautiful.
Beautiful's new, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And I just want to play.
What about Beautiful do you like?
I like how I'm telling people that they're beautiful, and it don't matter what nobody thinks about you. You're still going to be beautiful.
Girl, you got something with you. I'm telling you. I feel like I'm talking to a 42-year-old right now.
Hey, man. It's my baby Mazy,
Lovely. So what about people, should they know that they're beautiful? Some people feel as though a watch makes them beautiful. Some people feel like their partner makes them beautiful. Some people think they gotta have the newest sneakers. But really, what makes people beautiful, Maze?
Everything makes them beautiful. Doesn't matter if nobody thinks about them. They're still going to be beautiful. It doesn't matter how their weight is. It doesn't matter how their hair is. It doesn't matter if they're different. They're still going to be beautiful.
I love it. That's
I couldn't have said it better, yo.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
You said there Wanna Play. Is that another one? So what about Wanna Play? What's that song about?
I want to play.
Like you just want to go outside and play.
Yes.
You know how major that is? There's kids your age that want to stay inside. Their song is called Stay in My Room. And you want to actually go out and play. Do you know how amazing that sounds to me? When I was your age, all I wanted to do was go play. We used to get bikes and ride in packs, and we come back in the evening.
Yeah.
We had to. Mom said to come back when the light come on, but we beat that light.
You definitely beat that light.
You beat that light though.
You ain't playing no
and
game.
You knew some of the ones that flickered. You'd be like, oh, that one ain't on until 6:05. I got 5.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew it.
That's
When you
amazing.
hear that yell.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Hear that yell.
It's deafening.
It's time to go.
It's deafening.
Time to go.
And I also really like Mad.
Mad. So what do you like about Mad?
I like about Mad is that I'm telling that I have my friend in it and my sisters, and I like how I'm saying Mazy, and I like how the song is.
Okay, that's awesome. Coach, what's your favorite song of hers?
Wow.
I already know on his.
Nah, I think For me, my favorite song of hers right now is always gonna be "I Do It." No matter what song we accomplish in the future, it's always gonna be "I Do It" because "I Do It" was the foundation. So
It's the OG track.
yeah, you know, you can always duplicate another one, but you can't beat the first.
Never.
So that's the foundation for Mazy.
T2 is never better than the original Terminator for y'all out there.
Nah, y'all got a long way. Listen, I mean, that was close. They was close. They was one of the few people who was able to make a sequel and knock it back out the park. It's only a couple movies, them Harry Potter movies. Those were sequels that was wow, but to know that I Do It was what gave the world to see that there's a star over here is going to be the one for me.
Awesome. So let me ask you this, Maze.
Huh?
We talk about entertainment here. We talk about film. We talk about a lot of different things. Who right now is your favorite recording artist? Besides who you just named. Like, who do you get in the car, listen to? Who do you jam to, vibe to? Or is it still the same name you just said? Is it still Lele?
Me and my dad and Lele.
I love it. Because I listen to myself a lot, too.
Man, I think if you're not an artist listening to yourself,
It's the best way
you're
to
not an
focus.
artist.
Plus, that's how you improve the song. Like, you're like, ooh, I got to say that word better. Ooh,
Cause I like that one song of his. I forgot what it's called.
Of your dad's?
Which one?
The one that I always listen to.
Who am I?
Is it your dad's, Mazy? You don't remember the...
It's Who Am I?
Ah, okay. It's weird because I came in one day and I heard something that was so familiar. And I'm like, I look upstairs and they are for sure playing one of my latest albums. And my two sons are just like going off. At first it was a little embarrassing because you hear some of the lyrics and you're like, oh. But the reality sets in and you are who you are, right? You don't have to cap or cape or pose. Yeah. And they're like, yo, I love that joint. That feels good.
The best thing in the world right now is I remember when I was in my career as a younger person and I had an insecurity about myself to where as an artist I felt because I made hardcore music that 99% of the time I had to be this tough guy. And that's
persona.
Not true.
Had to put that persona on.
And that was what the world's looking for. But the irony of it is the same thing we're looking for is the same thing we're running from.
Absolutely.
So being able to come back around with my daughter and being able to do music with her, no matter what type of music I am. Because once I step outside the booth, BC is no more. It's Coach Foster.
Let me ask you this, Coach. What do you think about this K. Dot and Drake business? Do you think it's good for hip hop or you think it's like hurting hip hop?
It's good, but one thing we got to remember is there's a veil. And this is the veil. I had watched a Vance Stapleton interview, and he said, while we're focused on Drake and K. Dot, Taylor Swift is focused on fighting for our independent artists to continue to get their revenue from streams, while big mainstream music companies are fighting to take it away. Spotify just put a ban to where if you upload music, you can't use views unless you use it from their company. You can't use a streaming company unless it's from Spotify.
Oh, wow.
Once you get past that million streams and stuff, they'll start counting to make sure where it's coming from. Even if they're organic streams, they'll ban you. They'll take your music down.
Do you think it's a diversion a bit? I mean, we got all this going on.
I honestly think this is diversion.
So much
the
war.
world's focusing on this right here.
34 trillion in debt.
And they're always sneaking something past.
34 trillion in debt. We got, carriers crashing on the beach, carriers breaking bridges. I mean, and then you get this beef now all of a sudden
Everybody's focused on this.
And it's the topic of conversation, right? Like, no matter where you go, it's like, oh, you hear.
Yep.
And then you got Chris Brown, who, by the way, said the most disrespectful bar I've ever heard in hip-hop history.
You talking about that Quavo. Whew, sheesh.
Most disrespect. I mean, So that's what I mean. Like, where did we go where it gets to that level? Because I've heard some disrespectful hip hop, but it's
So, you know, the honest to God truth about it is, I think they battle was better than K Dot and Drake's battle.
it was yeah. And less songs too.
Yeah. He said we had to say and got about the way.
Hey, so besides being a music artist right now, Maze, this one's for you. What do you like to do when you not at school? When you don't have chores, when you don't got to do your typical stuff, what's Maze like to do to hang out and relax right now?
I like to dance.
Really? Any kind of traditional dance, hip hop dancing, like Zumba? What kind of dancing do you like to do?
We're starting on to majorette.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Shout out to the Maniacs. She is definitely a little maniac. She's in a dance group as well. So,
So she's with the Maniacs?
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Rocky. Shout out to
Yeah.
Rocky and the team and the
so
girls.
she is definitely busy.
That's awesome. Little Maniac. All right. How you doing in school?
I'm doing good.
Good or great?
First.
What? All right. We reward good grades. I want to see them A's. You can get an all-you-can sweatsuit or some cash or something. We reward grades around here.
You want me to bring the report cards and drop them off to him?
Now the adults that sit in that seat, you ain't getting that. But for you, yeah, let me see some A's, girl. All right, because it's more than just talent. Here's something to remember: hard work is going to beat that talent when the talent does not work hard.
Who says that?
Trust me, because it doesn't matter how much talent you have in your bones. You could have the God-given gift where you don't have to do anything but that. If you're lazy and you're not, as motive driven as the next person who has a little bit of talent but all the drive in the world, they're eventually going to catch up and lap you.
Absolutely.
Because that determination, that persistence, it's going to pay off eventually. And you got that in your blood, so no matter what's in front of you, you're going to overcome it. You know that, right? You got it. You got it. And from what I've heard just in this interview, I mean, you sharp. How old is she now?
She
7.
Hey.
Dad can't even answer. He gonna be backstage with the suit on. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Maybe like, Dad, I said all green M&Ms, all green.
Get these out of here right now. She ain't going on without green M&Ms.
Maze, I heard you guys got a dog at the house. What? I heard she's a little silly too. Is she crazy?
Yes.
What does she do?
Runs when she gets out the bed. And she makes me mad because whenever Dad's sleeping, she runs with her heavy little feet.
I'm telling you, I know holidays, birthdays. I know you get empty. That face, look at that face, and she know how to turn it on and off. I'm telling you,
Listen,
it's a gift.
on and off every day. Man,
What's your favorite chore, Maze?
None.
Great answer. Great answer.
I don't know too many people. With
Great answer. Great answer. Now, you do know eventually, as a young, mature person, you're going to have to do what you have to do instead of what you want to do, right? Because we also giving game here as well, so it wouldn't be right if I just blow your head up. You also are responsible and accountable, right? So that means there's going to be a time where Dad's going to need you.
I only have 2 chores,
Two chores.
which is feed the
Missy.
cat and feed the dog.
So, 2 chores. Feed the cat.
And feed the dog and clean my room.
So what's your recording process like when you go in the studio? What that's like? Do you get coaching from your dad and kind of learn step by step on how to get the song together, or do you kind of just go in there and give it your all and however it turns out?
My daddy does
Awesome.
it. I do it. I practice it every single day. I even put it on when I'm doing my homework.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we do a pre-production, just a rough, and then we'll let her just marinate with it for
Yep.
about
And then take it to the
30 days, 40 days, and then we'll actually take it back and we'll re-record everything at home, and then I'll just send it out and get mixed.
That's awesome.
It's nothing against any of the studios. I love what Sue and them got going on. Jay Hunter and the rest of the guys. Actually, K45 and them actually started recording. I do it, but at this spot in her age, I can't have certain people around her.
Absolutely.
So, with her age and with the hip hop community, certain things I have to shelter her from because I'm a dad
Absolutely.
first.
Absolutely.
You know, nothing is possible without me being a father
And I don't know
first.
why a lot of people they take that for granted. Like a dad's not gonna step up and say something or be
Yeah,
that man. Like I get it. In the past, there were deals made or however that happened where these babies were handed.
yeah.
I don't
Nah, we
know,
not we not doing
but
nothing
I
over
like to
here.
think it's a new day and
Nah,
like
nah, nah. I ain't playing about nothing over here. This size, don't let this size is definitely for real. I'm coming about this one. I come about any of mine, but I'm definitely coming behind this one.
and not just your kids. You've been taking care of children for a while or youth for a while with your
Yes.
football, the PA athletics. You want to touch on that a bit?
So shout out to my uncle Abdullah. 2009. That's when I started. And Jason Bryan, I got to give him, and Coach Rick and Bumpsy, they gave me my first start.
Awesome. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it.
You know, it was the Harrisburg Boxing Club. We was at the Big Ugly Warehouse, and my son wanted to box, and they needed some extra coaching with conditioning, and me being a conditioning coach, I jumped in at the chance, and we started a young pros program there, and we was very successful. And then I really didn't care a lot of how the youth scenes were, as far as a coach. You know, they're still family member. These are all volunteers, and sometimes we have to remember that these
Right.
people are just volunteer their time. They're not paid at all. But I felt like the kids in our community needed a little bit more. They needed to leave and really understand that this dream is for real and it's
Right.
obtainable. But you have to be willing to go that far and beyond.
Absolutely.
And we started Pennsylvania Lions Athletics. My man Gus, Antoine Farrell,
Sparky Bingham.
Carnation Street.
Now, you touched on something really important. I wanted to get your input on this. You had said we have to keep in mind they're volunteers, right? And they do what they can. Does that necessarily automatically give them a crutch, though? Because you signed up for it.
So I don't believe it gives them the crutch. I do not believe that.
Anybody, not just generally
Any
anybody.
volunteer, if you volunteer, you have to know what you signed up for,
Absolutely.
and that you are now taking on a detrimental thing. But for me, coaching a child don't stop because that season stopped.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you become their role model. You become someone they look up to, someone they respect, someone that the parent really leans on. Because if we're coaching football, during football season, Timmy is an A1 kid.
Absolutely.
Because he's afraid that he won't be able to play in the game if the coach is going to bench him because he got in trouble at home.
Right.
So now the mom gets a different a different child. The classroom gets a different child. And if you take that structure out inside of our community where there's some homes are fatherless. So what I'm basically teaching that child is it's okay to be an absentee. You can come in when you want and you can go out when it see fits.
Plus, you're also teaching them, the babies, that you're not there just for the season and then it's like Chuck the Deuce. You're there for their life. You're there to see
I'm
them
here.
better. There's too many coaches, and this is for whoever's watching, and this isn't a shot, but my own sons were victim to this. I was a star basketball player. I was victim to this. Most coaches only love you and your parents and will do favors when it's the season. Off season, it's like I see when I see you. And that's not every coach.
No, it's not.
Because my sons do have some great coaches now. But, I mean, as you can contest, most schools are only concerned with sports. When you go in any school, especially Title I, Title III school, first thing you see is what? Glass cases with football jerseys and basketball jerseys. Yeah. When have you seen a mayor's gavel or a councilman's briefcase from the area? Or right? Yeah. We poison our kids and domesticate them, but then we talk to them as if we didn't. So I'm glad you said what you said. I'm glad you said what you said.
So when we had the Lions, and we were just...
we're traveling.
We traveled. We were an AAU football
You took
team.
these babies to like Miami or something, right? Florida?
All the way down to Miami.
From Harrisburg to like,
Florida, Naples, South Carolina, Texas, New York. We wanted smoke and we went and got it.
Man, huge big up to the PA Lions Club, man. We need that program back, man. For those that are watching and listening, we need something like that back, definitely.
the biggest thing that we had was we had an honorary contract. I bench your kid. I lost a championship game because I put my best player on the bench.
Integrity.
That player is now in college at a D1 school.
And probably has high integrity, good self-esteem.
Because they understand that it's bigger than the game. You are the game. And once, one thing I learned, and Hov said it. Hov said, I am the business. You are the business.
Absolutely.
Every individual is the business. And people have to see themselves as more than just a number or a dollar sign or a jersey. If you want my child to play for you, what are we willing to sacrifice? We're willing to sacrifice time, money, energy. As parents, we give everything for our child to be that next whoever.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great. But when that whoever doesn't match up with the measurements, not his talent, the measurements, because D1 goes by size. Talent, unless you are a freak athlete,
right,
you got to meet the size requirements.
Well, I applaud you and the rest of those guys that was taking those babies traveling and doing what they needed. Because guess what? Those young men are greater for it to this very day.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Maze, ice cream or Jolly Ranchers?
I can't decide.
Ooh,
I like both.
Tricky. You got to pick one.
Stumped.
Ice cream or Jolly Ranchers? If you had to pick one right now.
Jolly Ranchers, because I can just, not Jolly Ranchers, ice cream,
Ice cream.
because if they come out with a new flavor, a Jolly Rancher one, then I can always just have Jolly Rancher and ice cream.
I like how you think. So, Coach or Mace, is there anything you guys got coming up? Any projects? Any new albums? Any, just anything you want to promote? Anything you want to get out to the people?
Well, you can follow Mazy. She's on Facebook. Mazy. Is that how you say it? It is. You can see her she's on Snapchat, all your local streaming sites.
Got a Snap, girl?
Yeah.
All right.
TikTok and all that.
She be dancing and performing on the top. Okay.
So we working. She got a couple of shows coming up.
Awesome.
That she's gonna be performing.
I heard she tried out for the Weekender.
Yeah. She set it on fire.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she will be performing at the Weekender.
Hey.
Shout out to the Weekender.
Congratulations.
August 9th and the 10th. She'll be out there doing what she do.
That's pretty big. That's Dauphin County, right?
Yes, it'll be out Hall Manor.
Shout out to Dauphin County, the commissioners. Great job. The Weekender always been great. And then it's another one of those platforms where great talent, local and international, can come and perform, man.
Yeah, so we're definitely excited to see who's coming out this year. We definitely gonna be there. So I'm excited to see her on that stage and get a chance to watch her work in her element. It's crazy because I get the best seat in the house. I get to see her in her element, do what she do, and it's amazing. When she get in her groove, she knocked out 2 songs, 2 days, and we're talking a 7-year-old. I don't mean these songs have a hook,
They're complex.
A bridge,
Right.
a verse. The verse ain't all over the place. It's on topic.
She's pretty disciplined. She gets it. She knows what to do, lay it down, stack it.
Yeah, she's becoming like really methodical. Like she may mess up today. She won't come back in for 2 weeks. But when she come in, one take.
Is she in the studio like, nah, Dad, I don't like that. Let's do it over?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So her biggest thing, and I'll probably let her tell it, is if she mess up, ask her what she do when she mess up.
What you do, Maze, when you mess up?
Do you punch in or you do the whole verse over? Do you punch in or do you the whole verse over?
Whole verse over.
Take it from the top.
Yep.
Take it from the top, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. She ain't lazy. She's not lazy.
No.
Let me punch in, girl.
You be like, whoa,
I ain't doing that.
bro,
I'm doing it
bro,
again.
where your
I ain't got
energy
no
at?
breath. Maze, I'm super proud of you, mommy, okay? And your dad's doing a great job with you, and I can't wait to see where this flourishes and grows. And I just want to hear more from you and watch you be productive. And I will definitely see you out there at the Weekender. Is there anything you want to leave off for your fans or anyone watching? Anything you want to say? Go ahead. Feel free.
I think everybody who's watching this video, I really thank you that you're watching this.
Oh, man, you got such a great heart, man.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to all the fans and everybody that's watching. You know, All You Can podcast. We love you. Thank you for having us here.
Now, thank you guys for coming.
To coming back.
This has been an honor and a pleasure. Episode 1, featuring Mazy, and of course Coach BC.
Hey man, you know my guy, man.
The All You Can podcast, from me and mine to you and yours. Peace.
Yeah, man.
Daddy, daughter, day. Sit back, watch that girl lay. I could do anything I put my mind to.